Okay, hi. Okay. Hi, everybody on YouTube. My name is Kat, as probably some people didn't already know. I had to go through my first college semester, which ended a couple days ago, and the whole semester was pretty stressful, in all honesty. I'm a performing arts major in my freshman year of college, and I'm over here just going through the motions. Now, everybody has their own college professor, and I'm sure people have a preference of college professor, but they also have a preference of, like, I don't know, like, they want to love the professor, but sometimes they just have a professor that they just hate with a passion. That was me this semester. Like, I had three, which I could not stand whatsoever. So I'm going to tell you guys a couple of funny stories that happened during the semester. Also, of some college professors that I actually loved. Like, most of my professors were actually really cool, except for a couple of them. Just the three of them that I did not like. Well, one of them's a little bit iffy, but you get the point. Okay, so my first bad story is actually the whole semester, because I had to deal with this one person. Okay. We have to change the name to protect the innocent. So let's call this professor Professor Jones. Professor Jones. This was a female teacher. Female professor. Excuse me. This professor, she was old, and, well, she wasn't old, but, like, she just had the, like, old high school teacher feeling. Like, this was the old high school teacher that would just be so crabby every day, teach the class, and then yell at them. This is that teacher wrapped into it and refurbished into a college professor. Dr. Jones was always very, very, how shall I say, mean, but also polite in a way. Like, she knew how to hold her own. The one thing, though, is that I think she was, like, besides a couple of other students, she was always coming after me. Like, she would always, like, when the time came, she would be nice, and I would appreciate that. Like, she and I are conversing, we're talking, but then there would be times where she would be, like, so rude to me. I would go up and ask her for help, and she would say, "Are you trying to prove to me that you're stupid?" Like, lady, I'm in college. I am a college student. Why are you asking me if I'm stupid? If I was stupid, I wouldn't have passed high school. I wouldn't have my diploma sitting there on my dresser right now, showing that I can actually do this. But she wouldn't do this to just me. She would do this to other students as well. And everybody in both of her classes don't like her. Like, nobody likes her. I don't know why. I thought she taught us pretty well. She was a crabby teacher, but you know what? I didn't want to get in the middle of it. I just mind my own neck and just go through the motion. The second professor that I didn't like, let's call him Professor Jefferson. You know, stuff like that. So many Hamilton references. But Professor Jefferson was creepy. He was very, very creepy. I had his personal finance class, and he would always make us do our work on the computer. And I didn't know if I would get my assignments into it on time. I didn't know. I just didn't know. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. And I would always listen to his lectures in the middle of class, and I would listen. Hey, I would listen. I would still be writing my own stuff, but I would still listen. However, when I didn't know about the program at first, that I needed to pay for it, it was just like a huge ton of bricks. Like, my dude, what? I need to pay for this ish? Why can't you just give it to us on paper? And it was just so stressful at that point. And every time we would be in the middle of a lecture, he would always give us a smile whenever no one was talking. Like, nobody was talking in class. It was just like, you guys cool with that? You guys cool with that? You guys cool with that? Okay, cool. I just did a perfect impression of my professor. I'm I'm proud of myself. The third professor, this was the professor that I actually enjoy. However, she was kind of scary. Let's call her what name should I give this professor? Let's call her Professor Sal. Professor Sal or Dr. Sal, I don't know. I don't pay attention all that much. Professor Sal is a very good professor. Like, don't get me wrong. She's amazing. Like, I enjoyed her class very much. The problem was that she was so unorganized sometimes, and sometimes she would just be so freaking scary. Like, she is my choir director. I would be there in class, and we would be singing, and suddenly she couldn't hear our section anymore, and she just kept on like anchoring us to like get better, be louder, diction, people. I was like, oh my god, can this please stop? She singled me out in the middle of class one day, and I was just singing there with my section because she moved me to first alto, which I had no problem with. I'm an alto singer. She then looked at me and she said, what section are you in? And I'm like, I'm first alto. And she's like, move over here. Your voices will blend with them, and I want you to sing louder. That was a terrible impression of a teacher. I'm so disappointed. But she was she was very scary in those points. Like, oh my goodness, like, ugh! I felt like I was in a horror movie all over again, just like, someone's gonna kill me. But later on, I just felt like so terrified of that, and like, I didn't know what to do. Okay, so the first professor that I loved so much, I'm gonna call him Professor P. But he would always have us go by our first name. Now, he taught my piano class, which, oh my goodness, I'm learning so much on the piano. I'm thinking of like composing my own piece, do a better song, because I actually know a little bit more of piano now, and I'm actually really proud of myself for that. But aside from that, Professor P didn't like belittle us. He would always make jokes with us. He actually knows me. He knows my family. He knows my mom. That was like, at first I thought it was like, oh no, this is gonna be terrible. Actually, oh no, it's wonderful. Like, oh my goodness, I don't get like special treatment in class, and I don't want it either. But he like treats everybody the same. He will make jokes with us. He will make fun of us sometimes, and we make fun of him, and everybody is just happy in that class. The only problem is that we have to wake up super early in the morning. Like, the class is at 8 a.m. I don't live on campus, so I have to go with my mom every Tuesday and Thursday so I can get to class on time. I'm over here just like, I don't want to wake up. But then I remember, oh wait, I got Frank's class. Oops. But I'm like, excuse that name for a second. That was just me thinking about a different name. I'm thinking, oh wait, I got Professor P's class. I'm good. So it's always a pleasure to wake up to be in his class every day, and I absolutely love his class. It's like, oh my goodness. My second teacher that I actually really loved was Professor G. Professor G was my English class, and she was freaking amazing. I loved her humor. I loved how she taught English. I love how she did all of this. I love that she did this. That she gave us a space to like talk and do our work, and she didn't belittle any of us. She didn't do anything that was crude or rude. If someone was late, then she would always tell them that they were late. Because she said to us on a PowerPoint in Professor G's class, don't be late. And I'm like, okay, I'm never going to be late. But that was another thing. At first I had a little bit of struggle in Professor G's class. Like, I didn't know what was on, when was what, or where was what. But I still got to her class, and I still got a passing grade in her class. And I was just so happy. Just like, oh my goodness, I passed. I'm like, oh my God, yes. The third professor that I liked, let's call him Professor F. Professor F was my guitar teacher, and he was actually quite nice. I enjoyed every class that I went to most of the time. Other times I was like so stressful because he would always make us play the guitar in the beginning of class, like make us do solos, and me, I wasn't even prepared. But the girl next to me, I love her so much. I have her in piano class as well. She would like she would also do the guitar with me and like do a duet with me. And even when I wasn't prepared, I would still do it. She would always like pat my shoulder, and we would always converse with each other because we would always have crippling depression on some days. Professor F is a very nice teacher. I loved his sense of humor. The only problem is that it was me. I wasn't prepared or nothing, but that was the only thing. So you guys can have a preference of college professor or not. But if you just got to stick with it. And if you don't like the class at all, just remove the class. It's college. This is your life. It's going to be a wowzer next semester because I'm going back to some of those classes, and I'm going to be doing a better job than I did in first semester. So I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!